Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome back to the Divine Echoes. You stand at a cold, rainy intersection. A huge truck loses control and rushes right at your frail body. A strong hand pulls you back quickly. Your heart pounds fast as you turn around to say a quick thank you. But the dark, wet street is empty. Do you truly think you just got lucky this dark morning? Hebrews 13 verse 2 reveals a hidden truth. You did not escape death by pure chance. You just met a holy being hiding in plain sight. The blinding headlights of that deadly machine fade into the mist. You stand frozen in the chilly morning rain. Water drips from your trembling hands as you stare around in shock. Who was that mysterious person in the dark? Their grip was unnaturally strong for a passing stranger. Yet they vanished before you could even blink once. Modern society calls these moments mere coincidence, but ancient texts proclaim a dreadful reality. Across the ages, divine entities have walked among us. They do not wear bright wings or descend in burning light. Instead, they cloak themselves in the fragile flesh of mortal men. They breathe our air and walk our dirty city streets. They are the silent watchers, sent from the highest heavens. They observe the true depths of your hidden human heart. Even today, a homeless wanderer might hold your fate. Your blind ignorance could cost you your eternal soul. To understand this mystery, we must look to the distant past. We must travel back to the dry sands of antiquity. Beyond the glass towers and iron machines of today, a crucial test of faith occurred in the desert heat. What if the lowliest beggar you ignored yesterday was actually an angel? Share your thoughts with us. According to Genesis chapter 18, a famous patriarch faced this exact same spiritual exam. His name was Abraham, a wandering chieftain of great faith. He was resting in the shade of a massive oak tree. The noonday sun beat down on the dry plains of Mamre. The heat waves distorted the barren horizon lines. Abraham was old and exhausted in the thick desert dust, but his spiritual vision remained extremely sharp. Suddenly, 3 unknown travelers appeared from the blinding glare. They walked in perfect silence across the burning sand. They wore the tattered cloaks of ordinary desert nomads. Their faces were hidden behind thick layers of grime. Yet Abraham did not hesitate or question their arrival. He immediately ran out to meet these 3 strangers. The aged patriarch bowed his face deep into the scorching dirt. He humbled himself before men who looked like nobodies. He begged them to wash their dirty feet and rest in the cool shade. He offered his best without expecting anything. Servants hurried to bake fresh bread from the finest wheat flour. A choice calf was slaughtered for a royal desert feast. Abraham stood by respectfully as the mysterious guests ate. He treated these poor wanderers as if they were kings. What Abraham did not know was the terrifying truth about them. These were no mortals lost in the barren wilderness. They were the Lord Almighty and 2 of his holy angels. They had materialized into physical human forms. Beneath those frayed cloaks glowed the unfathomable light of heaven. They had the power to shatter the entire planet. The scriptures reveal that angels often take on earthly flesh. They do this to interact directly with the human realm. But why did the Creator choose such a lowly, pitiful disguise? Why not descend on flaming clouds with trumpets sounding? This is the heart of the true crime we investigate today. The answer holds the dark secret of spiritual law. The divine did not come to Abraham to show off infinite power. They came on a secret mission of deadly judgment. They were headed to the wicked cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, a cursed place ripe for total annihilation. God came to test Abraham's heart before unleashing his wrath. He needed to measure the patriarch's true compassion. Hospitality in the ancient world was a sacred and binding oath. Rejecting a stranger was akin to murdering them. By welcoming the strangers, Abraham passed the ultimate test. His selfless action unlocked a generational blessing. Because he served a beggar, God promised him a legitimate son. His bloodline would eventually give birth to nations. But what if Abraham had closed his tent and chased them away? What if he had acted like a cold, modern citizen? The fatal outcome would have been instant and catastrophic. The same brimstone that burned Sodom might have struck him. Historical texts reveal that angels operate under strict rules. They respond exactly to the energy you give them. The angels continued their journey toward the doomed city walls. They left Abraham rejoicing in the presence of God. In Sodom, the strangers were met with violence and sick desires. The wicked residents failed the exact same moral test. Fire and sulfur rained down from the heavens in judgment. A stark reminder of what happens when we scorn the divine. This brings us back to the terrifying reality of your own life. The spiritual realm is not locked away in ancient books. Angels are as active today as they were. In the Bronze Age, they walk among the towering skyscrapers and crowded streets. Why do they hide behind the masks of the poor and the broken? Because true character is revealed when nobody is watching. You will never know a person's true soul when they speak to a king. You know it by how they treat a homeless man in the rain. If God materialized as a cashier today, would your words curse him or bless him? Tell us in the comments. The Almighty watches you through the eyes of the powerless. He assesses your readiness for the next season of life. That stranger who saved you from the deadly truck was a messenger, a holy agent assigned to protect your frail existence. But let us investigate a much darker aspect of this mystery. What if the stranger was not there to save, but to judge? Many people experience sudden runs of terrible financial luck. They lose their jobs, their health declines, and hope fades away. They scream to the heavens, demanding to know why God forsook them, unaware that they actually forsook God just days before. Do you remember the beggar you scowled at outside the grocery store? The one you called a nuisance under your bitter breath? That beggar might have held the paperwork for your promotion. An angel in disguise, gathering evidence against you. Your harsh words and cold eyes were recorded in the courts of heaven. You cursed an agent of light and reaped a bitter harvest. The universe operates on a strict theological system. Every act toward a stranger sends ripples into eternity. In ancient times, angels unlocked the wombs of barren women. They granted untold riches to those who showed mercy first. Today, they might unlock a closed door in your career path, or provide a sudden solution to a fatal illness. We always beg for miracles while expecting them wrapped in gold. But God wraps his greatest miracles in dirt and poverty. Beneath the rags of the wanderer lies a terrifying anatomy, a being of flaming wheels and countless piercing, watchful eyes. If they dropped their physical veil, the sheer glory would blind you. You would drop to your knees in absolute trembling horror. By veiling their awesome majesty, they protect our fragile minds. They allow us to exercise free will without pure terror. The Apostle Paul understood this deep mystical mechanic well. That is why he penned the haunting warning in Hebrews 13. Be careful how you entertain the guests who wander into your life. You might be serving dinner to the commander of stars, or you might be slamming the door on your own final salvation. The choices you make are etched forever in the spirit realm. This is why you must awaken from your deep spiritual slumber. The people you meet are not always what they seem to be. A nomad in the desert or a homeless man in the chilly rain. They are variations of the same eternal examination. The Lord does not demand flawless perfection from your frail hands. He simply demands a heart willing to see his hidden face. Do not let the illusions of the material world blind your soul. The universe is watching your every unspoken breath. As you stand alive at that damp intersection, breathing in again, realize that you have been given a second precious chance. The stranger who pulled you back from the brink of eternal darkness. He did not ask for a thank you, nor did he want your praise. He simply delivered the grace of the Almighty and then vanished, a phantom savior blending back into the cold gray crowd. Your life has been spared for a specific and holy purpose. You are now obligated to pass the mercy forward to others. Tomorrow morning, when you walk past the beggar on your street corner, look deep into his tired eyes before you turn away. Do you see the exhausted face of a broken societal failure, or do you perceive the hidden spark of a celestial judge? A single coin, a warm smile, or a cup of water in his holy name. These micro-actions rewrite the destiny of your bloodline. Break the generational curses of apathy and selfish pride. Embrace the ancient law of sacred hospitality once again. The spiritual realm is permanently overlapping our physical world. The veil between angels and men is paper-thin and frail. But not all entities arrive wearing a physical human disguise. Sometimes, the spiritual realm assaults you invisibly. Have you ever smelled the sweet scent of roses in an empty, locked room? A perfume blooming from absolutely nowhere at midnight? Or far more terrifying, the foul stench of rotten eggs and brimstone, a suffocating odor warning of demonic presence. Olfactory phenomena are a primary method of spirit contact. Your nose can detect what your physical eyes cannot see. What secret message is that phantom aroma trying to tell you? Are you being protected, or are you under a dark attack? Click the notification and join us for the spine-chilling next episode. When the spiritual world speaks through your sense of smell, was the stranger's disguise a test of your hidden inner compassion, or a divine warning about your upcoming trials? How would you treat a dirty beggar if he held the keys to your fate? Share your deepest theological thoughts down below. If you wish to uncover more hidden truths from the sacred texts, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel.